Manuel Noriega was in the, he was holed up and they were trying to drive him out of, he had barricaded himself. And they were blasting music to drive him out of his spider hole to get to his pornography and his secrets. If you were in a spider hole and they were blasting music to get you out, what kind of music, and we won't use this against you, but what kind of music would get you out of there? Like,
oh my God, right out of the spider hole, it's something that I have to sort of hate.
You'd have to hate being in the spider hole?
Or the music is something that you hate, or it's music you love, you're like, I can't help it. When I hear the Grateful Dead Scarlet Begonia, I just have to get out and dance. When you ask a musician, you're like, hey, if I waved an original copy of Skip Spence's Or outside the spider hole, even if you knew it's probably death, and I'm, record collector.
You can listen to this in jail.
Artists, musicians, like, I can't help it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I went right out of the hole and grabbed it,
Do you have dreams?
I still have dreams, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I still have dreams. They're not all dead. They're not all gone.
You have dreams at night that nourish you?
I still have some of those too.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, they all get a little less and less as you go on through life. I think they diminish the waking and the sleeping dreams. But there's also some fulfillment in both, I think, In the last few years, maybe, I don't know, they would often be out in the ocean, like something crazy happening in the ocean.
Source, back in the water.
Yeah.
These heads you're playing with, you haven't necessarily played with them before. Some of them?
Yes, some of them. I've played on stage with Andy Kabik before. We've never been in a band together. Steve Shelley and I just formed a new band with Bill Orcutt called the Orcutt Shelley Miller Trio.
Oh,
at least that's what it's called for now. Bill named it a bunch of other funny things, but we
Steve Miller Band is taken. So
that was taken. Yeah, that's part of the fun of doing these is you get to put your dream band together and then rub shoulders with people that otherwise you might not have a great excuse or the opportunity to play with.
Any songs make you cry lately?
It's been a while. I'm tough to cry.
Are you pretty locked up?
I'm
tough to cry.
Super locked up.
Did you cry a lot as a kid and now you're like, I'm done with it?
No, I think I always just held it as tight and as hard as I could, trying to turn it into like just the tightest coal till it turned into a diamond. And then once every 5-8 years, something will happen. I just can't stop crying. Once in a while, I have a little leakage from a song that goes over the top. Like I can think of a couple for some reason, there's this bonus track on the Diamond Dogs CD called The Candidate, and it just the Dio song, it kind of overwhelmed me one day in the car, and I a little tiny tear just welled up in my eye and rolled my cheek, and I sort of balled up a tight fist and just threw it away, and
kept your weakness.
Yeah. I tried to put the weakness away. But
Bowie cutting through. David cut through with his.
He did. That's him, Prince, those guys, Ronnie James Dio, they can really bring the emotion out, even out of a very, very hard man,
Well, they might be hard men themselves in their own way. I don't know about Ronnie and Bowie, but they call it show business, not friends business. And AC/DC writes music about it. I know you gotta probably go play some music.
Well,
play some music.
They sound so good that it's hard.
You know what they could use?
A bass player.
Some bass.
I'm glad you said that.